be really careful with that. You look confused. Yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. Confused tourists or somebody look like you're not from their city. The people who predators of the city, of the guard dog of the city, basically, can detect that within seconds. They spend their whole day sitting, waiting for prey, so they can see that right away. So always be aware to look confident, look, strong, look like you know what you're doing, and even if you feel confused inside, like you know where you're going. So that's a tip. Um, so things don't escalate. Also, if you must fight, you want to scream, don't ever do it in public because things are only going to escalate. It's going to get worse. Next thing you know, the car is running you over. You don't want that to happen, or you're not looking, you're not seeing, and it's red light or something like that. Um, so, yeah, the two worst things that happened to me during the trip. Um, First, I was asked for my passport. I was supposed to go to Toronto, but I've read online in so many places that you could use USID. And then for some reason, they don't accept that. They accept only the US passport, which I had, but I didn't bring with me. I didn't think I needed to. But so because of that, I had to just stop by New York. So I changed my plan and spent the day, and I decided to look for a hotel. And while I was doing that, I realized that there was Niagara Falls there too. And I was like, oh, but that's the main goal. That's why I came to this trip. That was to see the Niagara Falls, to be in another state and to see the falls. So I'm like, actually, it's a win-win situation. I don't have to ride another 3 or 4 hours bus, and I can just take a bus the next day and then go see the falls. So I spent the day. It was rainy. It was raining all day. It was a very crappy weather. There was a few monuments, but nothing that great to look at. It looks like an old part of New York, basically. Like it's kind of dirty. It's kind of old. There's a few structures that are like being left over, like unmanaged for years. You can tell. Lots and lots of police everywhere. I mean, that's all you see. The plates are yellow. They use dollar coins there. That's the only thing different I noticed. And they do have Tim Burton, a coffee shop, which I thought it was only in Canada, but they do have that there. And one of the main grocery store is called Top. Basically, it would be a Publix or, I'm not sure what you can compare it to, but it seems like it's the top chain over there. Price-wise, the bus tickets were cheaper. So anyway, let's get back to my plan. So I went to the visitor center and I said, "Oh, how do you go to the Niagara Falls?" And she's like, "Oh, it's just a $3 ticket and it's a 30-minute drive and you can get there." So I thought, oh, this is great. I'll go tomorrow. Now I have to find a hotel. So I was looking to find the cheapest hotel. Of course, I don't want to waste money. I was trying to find 45, 50 maximum. I never go with that. Why doing more? Hotel is a hotel, just a place to sleep. I think paying more than that's ridiculous. But I could not find anything at all. So I decided that it would be okay to pay another $10 or $15 extra. So I started looking, but still nothing. And because I was feeling really tired and then did not sleep the night before, I could not sleep maybe 2 hours. I had to make a decision before things were going to go south, since when we get tired, we don't think straight, and then we end up making wrong decision, or just end up not having a hotel at all. So time was running, Wi-Fi will not work. End up going to the library. They actually lend laptop there, but their laptop was not broken and it was very slow. Could not do much search on there. So I'm looking, and I decide, why don't I just, for once in my life, since this is an experience of a lifetime, go seeing the fall from being somebody who grew up in France, of course. If you're in America, it's not that far for you, but if you're from France, you heard of the falls, you're like, oh, this is I think it's one of the wonder of the world. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, still, it's something you get to see if you're that close to it. So I decided to book one near me, so I will not keep on looking all day and then have nothing left. And I found only one who was actually near my location, who could be a decent price, but not like $200 or $300 a night, because it was a Lafayette Street, which probably is a very expensive hotel. And I'm like, no, I don't have that kind of money. But I thought, for once, I'm gonna go with a $80 or $90, and instead of always trying to find the best deal, I was gonna treat myself for convenience, basically. So I did, and actually had to wait over another hour because I had to do the online booking. It cost me $90 instead of $120. And the worst part about this hotel is that, first of all, the staff were rude, not helpful. They did not mention if the breakfast was included or not. So they said there's breakfast tomorrow, but they made me believe it was included. I would not have booked it. There was no breakfast. There's a broken sauna. The pool is filthy. There was cracks on the mirror inside. There was, and that's called Buffalo Grand Hotel in Buffalo, New York. If you're ever nearby, please go to the convention center, but do not go to the hotel. You're a waste of money. Rooms are really small, no coffee maker. So it turned out there was no breakfast. There's no coffee in the room. There's 2 miniature bottles of shampoo. There's no soap. Like, they don't even put like 2 or 3 soap. The remote control was working. It was freezing cold in the room, and so many other things like that. So, for the price, that's not what I expected. I thought for sure I was going to get a luxury treatment, but after swimming in the pool, about 30 minutes later, I got a glass of water in the sink and I got 104 fever. I was sick all night, throwing up, being sick until today. So I basically got 3 days sick because of that. The next day, when I went to the Niagara Falls, I was sick the whole way, extremely tired, and but we actually got to see the fall, which was really the main thing, and it was amazing, and I'm so glad we did it, and went to the arcade and among other places. So let me tell you about the people Demeanor. So the first thing is that I noticed, it was a lot of people seem sick. They seem out of it. It's like they have lost their true humanity, maybe. They had been told and they were unfit, or they were sick, or they were mentally ill, and they kind of like reflect that on other people, and look like a lot of people are scared, have been rebellious. So there's the people who have been targeted, and then there's the people who are mentally ill but in denied. So that's what I saw. By example, everybody who was in a position of power were doing that. They were unkind and friendly. They were rolling their eyes or criticizing other citizens, or they were just dismissing them or disrespecting them, but and then there's the people who were being disrespected that were actually being rebellious in a more healthy way of the way you should be if you're being treated unfairly. And I also saw lots of coldness between people, even on the streets, at the bus stops. It was mainly just people looking around to see who they could rob or what they could take from you. I felt a few gypsy going near me. Like it's usually a family of like the two parents, the one kid or the two kids, and just kind of like coming back and forth and kind of sit around you and kind of stare at you a few times. I had another guy stare at me while I was reading. I saw two guys almost fighting. And then there's cops running around, looking like something was happening. It was just really weird feeling. So I don't know what I would vote. If it was from 1 to 5 star, if you ask me how was Buffalo, New York, I'll give it a 2 because I was not very impressed. But the fact that they have the falls, that's really what truly matters. So I'm super glad that I get to do that. And if you ever close by and you should, and you never seen the falls, you definitely should do it. Or you could just go to Ontario. It's definitely worth seeing it. But my advice would be to book a motel near the falls. That probably will save you tons of money. Do you want to talk?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Say what you think about the Niagara Falls.
I didn't... Yeah, it was pretty nice, but
Yeah.
your phone's at 1%.
Looks like we're gonna have to end the podcast.
Bum.
All right. So I'll be back next time. Thank you for listening, everybody.